It's Mindset Arc Podcast, episode 40. Hello, guys and gals who are trying to improve their lives. And today we're gonna talk about what we're actually doing, what when we're trying to overcome our fears and work on something that we really want in our lives, and how we can sometimes push ourselves. The theme of today is you're not always gonna do what you have to do. And to talk about even what you have to do, like I always say that you don't have to do anything. That's the concept that I got from a lot of books on reality, from Byron Katie, from Letting Go, from Andy from Kill Your Inner Loser, from a lot of other people as well. That even if you don't do something that you think you have to do, nothing really bad will happen. It will just become the new reality, and you can adjust. You can feel shitty for a while, of course, because that is the thing that you wanted to do, but ultimately nothing really bad will happen. And even if something really bad can happen, something, I don't know, something that you cannot turn around. You can hurt someone, you can hurt yourself, you can probably even die in some moments when you don't do what you think you should have. But ultimately, you're always doing your best. And that is the point. There is no gain in punishing yourself for when you cannot do something, when you cannot do something that you really think you should do. This theme was triggered today by me going back from the friend meetup and remembering how a couple of months ago I was into talking with girls on the street, trying to get to know them. And for girls listening, for women listening, you can substitute, or like for guys also who doesn't want to do that, who cannot relate to this thing that I will be talking about, you can just substitute it for any other goal you do have right now. So whatever, something that you could do previously, but after some time you feel like you cannot return to this previous glory, previous state. And maybe you had some success. I had some success with it. I had almost the best success of my life from cold approaching, or from basically talking to random girls on the street. I had a lot of pain, but I also had one of the best experiences in my life, who is still in my life in a different way. And now, walking back, I realize how terrified I am and how I cannot do that again. And at least for now. And I started beating myself up for it because I want this. I want to repeat the something that I previously done. I want to know how to return to this. And I can't. I currently can't. It's hard to do. And that causes, when we think about these our desires like that, when we think about, oh, I want to do this exact thing, I want to go to the gym, I want to talk to people, I want to just do whatever, I want to be productive, but you just can't. It's just your either your body doesn't allow you, or your mindset is not right, or there is a lot of different states. And you can push yourself for some time, but there are even times when you literally cannot push yourself. You just can't. And that's where we start beating ourselves up. That's where the guilt comes in, because why? Why cannot I do that? Do I did I regress? What's happened? I could do this before. Why cannot do I? What why can't I do that now? That can happen even with things that we thought we mastered. It's not this thing for me approaching random girls. For me, it was for a while my mindset and questioning it, my meditations. I had a breakdown and I thought I handled pretty much. I had a lot of fail safes, but it just didn't work at that time. And I was thinking about myself like, why cannot I handle the thing that I was always been able to handle? Or today, why cannot I talk to this girl that I really like and I would want to try to have in my life? Or just to have some fun conversation, but I can't. And that's where the danger comes in. It's okay to feel bad about it. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel a little bit down because you cannot do something that you really want to do, that you feel that you need to do, that you have to do. You may have this full belief that you have to do some action at this exact moment. You have to follow your diet, you have to get out of the house, you have to do the work required on your workplace, something like that. There is a lot of things that we have to do. That may be true, that may not be true. But when we can't, when we kind of fail, it's okay to feel bad about it because that was important for you. But don't try not to feel bad about feeling bad. Just allow yourself to be in this state. My first reaction is to talk with me and say, why are you feeling bad? Like, everything will be okay. Don't feel bad right now. It will, it will, you will handle this over the next months or maybe over the next years. You have a long time. You have unlimited time. This concept of having unlimited time. But at these moments, I feel like the best course of action is to just accept the state and don't fight it. Don't fight feeling better. Don't fight fear. Don't fight feeling kinda down about it. Don't think that you're lesser human being because you're feeling these negative states. That is okay. That is totally okay. I talked about this for a lot of episodes before. Accept your current state. And that's what starts to happen. Instead of getting down on this emotional level, when you can first feel fear or anger and you put yourself down for it, like, I don't need to feel that anymore, I handled this state, I need to be better. You're putting yourself down, you're restricting yourself from feeling that. It's like you're not allowed to feel fear, you're not allowed to feel anger. Then what does it sound like to you when you're not allowed to do something? It's like almost right in shame and it's down, almost the lowest possible emotional states. And that's not really productive. You're trying to put yourself down literally through these emotional levels, and you become less actionable. You dwell on this bad state and it becomes even worse. It can become suppressed at some point, but it never goes anywhere, it stays there. But if you allow yourself to experience it, it replaces with something higher energy level. So for example, fear may be replaced with anger or pride. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the scale of emotions from letting go, from book Letting Go. I think the author is David Hawkins, the book that started a lot for me. And yeah, I'll record an episode on that at some point, but for now, these just accepting the emotions and allowing to feel it, you are letting it go. You letting go and surrendering to some emotions, it's not about not feeling them. It's the opposite. It's about feeling them and accepting that allow you allow them to be. You have place for them. And when that happens, you let go and you let go of this particular emotion, and it probably switches to something higher. So you can switch from fear to anger. It's the more actionable state. And with anger, it can be you can do something. You can be a little bit angry, but it will force you to actually do something. You can feel pride, like I deserve better, I want this. Or you can feel something even more neutral. Something the next states are courage, acceptance, neutrality, and when you get to them, then it's just easier. It becomes easier to return. You can feel bad for some days, even days. Like probably it will be a couple of hours if you really accept it and if you really let it go. But if something hard happens, you can feel bad about this for a while, but if you're not resisting it, you still take action, you still encounter these emotions, you still go outside the house. If you want to go to the gym, you still go to the gym, at least go around it or something. You have this intention in mind. The only time you're giving up when you don't have this intention in mind that you want this goal. If you have this and you experience this negative, I don't even want to say negative emotions. It's just like they are not really actionable. They are a little bit destructive. They just not allow you to create something. They get you inside yourself and uh, kind of slowing you down. But even if you feel them for a while, but you're not resisting them, they will run out eventually. And they will replace themselves with something actionable. It's like with grief. You need to grieve for a while and then you can return to your life. It's like that with every of these slowing down emotions, like fear and anger and all of that. So, after all this long ramble that I wanted to make actionable and I couldn't, what I want to leave you with today is just allow yourself to feel this emotion that you're feeling right now. Don't resist it. Don't think that it will put you down. Still be aware of it, and if it doesn't go anywhere in the long time, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a week, just something like that, maybe even a couple of days, and just make sure that you're still taking action, that you're not sitting around dwelling on it, but just that you putting yourself out there, that you're showing up and allowing yourself to have this progress if it will be possible. If you're just in your mind, in your thoughts, dwelling on these feelings, even if you accept them, that can be beneficial for your mindset. But it's better just like, go outside the house and walk for a bit, walk for a couple of hours and try to do whatever you want to do. At least have this intention in mind and just accept whatever comes with all of these feelings. And it probably will cause you to eventually go there and take some first steps, take some first actions, and that will be a breakthrough for you. For me, it was saying compliments to girls. For me, it was... Sorry, I always forget to turn it off. Um, so for me, with the gym, it was finding a coach that who will teach me all of that. With mindset stuff, it was with self-improvement stuff, it was actually to start reading something, to allow myself to read books and to have this concept that I actually can improve. And that came from accepting the current reality and stopping. And when I stopped fighting it, when I accepted it, the change followed. So that's what I want to leave you with. Yeah. Accept your current state and everything is possible. Just have this notion in mind and never quit.